Olivia's prototype here. This is a first video for me, but one of my friends was recommending me a visual novel. It's called Everlasting Summer, so I wanted to try it. Maybe it'd be decent. Not really all that good with visual novels. I kind of lose interest quick, but I've only played like one and it was really crappy towards the end, so I hope this one's really good. You're Pioneer. You're on the verge of a wondrous discovery that the words of the most wonderful place in the world, our favorite camp, Sylvina, have opened up before you. You'll remember this session for the rest of your life. Welcome. And with visual novels, there's a lot of reading, so you'll hear me a lot. I was having that dream once again. That dream. Same thing every night. But it's all forgotten in the morning, as usual. Maybe it's for the best. Only a glimpse of memory will remain of gates, half opened, as if inviting me somewhere, with two frozen stone pillars, pioneers. Wow, I'm illiterate. Pioneers standing close by. And also that strange girl, who keeps asking me. Will you come with me? Come. But where? And why? And where am I anyways? Of course, it all happened in real life. If it all happened in real life, I would certainly have been scared. Well, what else would one expect to feel? But this is just a dream. The same one I see every night. There must be a reason. You don't have to know where or why to realize something is really happening. Something desperately seeking my attention. Since everything that surrounds me here is real as things in my own flat, I could open the gate, hear the hinges creak, push the crumbling rust away with my hand, brush, not bush, inhale the fresh cool air and the shiver from the cold. I could. But to do that, I would need to pick myself up, take a step, move my hand. But this is a dream. I understand that. But what does my understanding change? Because here, it's just like on the other side of the cracked screen of an old TV. What struggles to fight against static noise to ascribe to shows its audience everything, without missing a single detail. But the picture gets really blurry. I must be waking up soon. This is interesting. Maybe I should ask her something. The girl. What's her name? About the stars, for instance. Why the stars, though? I'd rather ask about the gates. Yes, the gates. She would be so surprised. Or better, why the dot over an I was called a title, but the dot over a J was called a superscript dot. Nice letters. As if they don't exist anymore. Still, what do letters, gates, and stars have to do with this place? Because even if I'm having this dream every night, which will be forgotten soon anyways, I've got to look for answers here and now. And there. If you look carefully, you might see the Magnetic clouds, as if I end up in the southern hemisphere. There are the small things that catch your attention, an unnatural color of grass, impossible curves of straight lines, or your own distorted reflection, while the real danger, which could put an end to everything right here and now, seems trivial. It's natural, since here you cannot die. I know it for sure. I've done it hundreds of times. But if you cannot die, is there a point of living? It's got depressing. I should ask the girl. She's a local. She should know. Yes, exactly. I should ask her about the owl, for example. Oh, there is an owl. Huh. One strange bird it is. Though it doesn't matter. I'm still in a dream. Will you come with me? And every time I have to answer, it's the only way, otherwise the dream will never end, and I will never wake up. Yes, I'll come with you, or no, I'll stay here. I want to go with them. I'm intrigued. Every time it's so hard to decide on the answer. Where am I? What am I doing here? Who is she? And why does my life... Okay. And why does so much in my life depend on this answer? Or maybe it doesn't. It's just a dream after all. Just a dream. Huh. There's a keyboard. I'm typing, or someone's typing something. Must be laid up at night. Eyes are blurry. The computer screen stared at me as if it was alive. Is that the person from Lazy Town? What? Okay. Sometimes it really did seem to me that it was conscious of itself, had its own thoughts and wishes, ambitions, that it was feeling, that it had feeling, could love and suffer. As if our relationship, the screen, wasn't an instrument. It was me who was a lifeless piece of plastic and textile. There's some truth in that, probably because the computer provides 90% of my communication with the outside world. Oh, so I'm a hobbit. Anonymous image boards, some chats from time to time, rarely ICQ or Jabber. The forums even more rarely. Rarely. People on the other end of the internet cable simply do not exist. I beg to differ. As all of them are simply creations of its sick imagination and an error in the source code or a kernel bug, which started living a life of its own. What am I looking at now? Okay, chandelier, some lights. If one looked at my existence from the outside, such thoughts would seem crazy, and a psychologist would surely give me a bunch of something diagnostics and maybe write me a doctor's referral to the loony bin. So am I crazy? Or does people think I'm crazy because I don't spend any time with anyone else or in the outside world? People just don't understand it. a small apartment with no signs of repair or any semblance of order in it, and always the same view out the window of the gray megalopolis running somewhere day and night. Such are the conditions of my life. Well, of course, it didn't all start like this. I was born, went to school and finished it, like all the others. I was accepted at a university where I spent a year and a half trailing behind and struggling. I drifted through several jobs. Sometimes I was working out quite a bit. Sometimes I was even getting decent money for it. But it all felt like it was not mine, as if taken from another man's biography. I wasn't living life to its fullest. It was looping over and over in a monotonous circle, like in the movie Groundhog Day. It's just that I have no other choice in how I spend my day, and every day repeats itself, the same vicious spiral. A spiral of emptiness, misery, and despair. This is depressing. Wow. For the last few days, I just sat in front of the screen all day. Sometimes there were menial jobs. Sometimes my parents helped me. All in all, I was able to provide for myself. No wonder, really, since my needs are quite minor. I hardly ever leave my home, and my communication with other people almost exclusively consists of online correspondence with anonymous who has no real name, no gender, no age. So in brief, a quite typical life of a quite typical antisocial person at this time. Kind of Donnie Darko on a minor scale, without doomsday relative visions. Maybe some highly respected author will write a novel about me, and it will become a contemporary classic of modern literature. Oh my god. It's like 4 in the morning here, guys. I'm sorry I'm stuttering so much. Or will I write one myself? However, what's the point of fooling myself? I've tried so many times, but I couldn't even come up with a simple short story. I tried to learn many other things as well. Not gifted enough to draw, programming, got bored. Foreign languages takes too much time. The only thing I loved doing was reading, but still, I never would have called myself a scholar. Perhaps I was an ace at watching anime and grandmaster of lame internet jokes. That sounds like me, honestly. If I were to get paid for it, I would probably be a happier person, and a richer person too. But I doubt it would fill the hole inside me. That's a pretty view. Today was another typical day of a typical failurer's typical life. And today is the day when I have to go to my university's reunion. Frankly speaking, I really didn't want to. What is the point? The time I spent with them was so short. However, I was persuaded by a friend, my former university mate, and one of the few with whom I kept in touch with through the internet. Is this me? Really pretty. I wish it snowed here. A frosty evening. Bus stop. Waiting. I never liked winter. Thought hot summer is not my season either. It's just that I see no reason to point out any particular time of the year. It doesn't matter much which the weather is outside when you stay home at 24/7. The bus today was running so late that I was about to curse it all and spend my last few hundred rubles? Oh well, it's currency. For a taxi, the idea of just running home didn't cross my mind for some reason. As usual, millions of thoughts flew through my head, but there was not a single useful one to seize on. Such a thought that you could bring into existence gives a shape, turns into an idea, and put into practice. Maybe I could start my own business, but where would I get the money from? Or maybe I can go back to working in an office. No way. Maybe I should try freelancing. But what skills do I have, and who would want me after all? God, that's dark. Is my guy like suicidal? I suddenly remembered my childhood. Suddenly remembered my childhood. Or rather, my teen years, the time when I was about 15 to 17 years old. Why exactly those years? No idea. I guess it's because back then everything was much more simpler. Hey, I'm coming on my 18th year right now, so I can probably relate to his teen years. It was easier to make decisions, so complicated now and so simple then. Waking up in the morning, I knew exactly how my day was going to pass, and I was eagerly looking forward to the weekend. Then I could get some rest and have some time for the things I like: computer, football, going out with friends. And then at the beginning of the next week, I'd take up my studies again. Back then, there was no such worrying questions like why or who needs it, what will change if I do it, or what will not change. A simple lifestyle so casual for any normal person and so odd to myself today. The careless childhood age. It was also then that I met my first love. Her appearance and personality has vanished from my memory. Only her name remains, like a brief line from a social network profile, along with the feelings which overwhelmed me when I was with her. Affection, tenderness, the desire to care for her and to protect her. Sadly, it didn't last long. Today I can hardly imagine something like that happening. I would probably like to meet a girl, but I don't know how to start a conversation. What on earth to discuss and how to attract her. Well, I haven't met any suitable girls for a long time. Well, where could I meet one anyways? I'm gonna save it since it lets me. Alright guys, well, I'm gonna leave this first episode at Everlasting Summer here. If you enjoyed the video, I'd like it if y'all subscribed. I'll be doing these regularly, probably every day or so. I just hope y'all enjoyed it. Well, the like button and subscribe, and I hope y'all have a great night, day, morning, whichever it is for you.